Convince versus persuade. What is the difference? These two words are often misused by people. Now, would you say we tried to convince her to join the rally, or we tried to persuade her to join the rally? Now listen, the term convince involves making someone believe something. No action is necessarily required. In other words, convince simply involves making somebody to believe something without necessarily getting the person to execute an action or do something. On the other hand, persuade involves making someone do something. It involves getting someone to take action. So persuade involves making somebody to execute an action, to do something. Now let's look at these questions. We tried to blank her to join the rally. There is an action here which is getting her to join the rally. So what is required is persuade. And it reads, we tried to persuade her to join the rally. Number 2, the lawyer gave evidence to blank the jury. Here, the evidence is given to make the jury believe, not to get the jury to do something. So we need convince. And it reads, the lawyer gave evidence to convince the jury. Number 3, his honesty blank everyone of his sincerity. In other words, his honesty makes everyone to believe in his sincerity. So here we need convince, and it reads, his honesty convinced everyone of his sincerity. Number 4, she blanked her parent to let her travel abroad. Now she gets her parent to perform an action of letting her travel abroad. So here we need persuade. She persuaded her parent to let her travel abroad. Number 5, I'm blank that this approach is the best one. Simply, I believe that this approach is the best one. So we need convince. I'm convinced that this approach is the best one. Here you simply believed, no action specified. Number 6, he couldn't blank his friends to go with him. Here action is involved. He couldn't make his friend to go, perform the action of going with him. So we need what? Persuade. And the sentence reads, he couldn't persuade his friends to go with him. Number 7, the incentives blank her to accept the offer. Here she is made to accept. It's an action. The incentive made her to accept the offer. So here we need persuade. The incentives persuaded her to accept the offer. 8, they came blank that they would succeed despite the challenges. In other words, they came with the belief that they would succeed despite the challenges. So here we need convinced. They came convinced that they would succeed despite the challenges. Finally, number 9, she blanked her friend of the idea, then blank her to invest in it. Now you do this. What should be here? Convinced or persuade? And what should be here? Convinced or persuade? Leave your answer in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching.